Good morning, everybody. It's time for the third edition of the winter session Taste of Tai Chi class. I'm Don Madsen, if you want to know that part. And we're going to be doing Taste of Tai Chi at 12 posture form. Today we'll take a look at the third three-piece section of it. After we do some exercises and some preparation and some review of the first 6 postures that we practiced over the last couple of weeks. This is all courtesy of the Township of Montclair's Mill program, Montclairians in Lifelong Learning. So we do owe a debt of gratitude to them for letting us do this. We appreciate your letting us put on our little class, 6 classes at a time. I would hope that we could get back to some sense of normalcy next year, but we'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, we'll practice at home. Actually, I'm getting kind of comfortable doing this, but I would much rather see people face to face. Okay, let me also say that I'm willing to hang around a little bit after class if anybody has any questions. Let me remind you that you can find out probably more than you want to know about what we do on my website. The website is donmadsen.blogspot.com. You can reach me for personal or private questions via the email link on that site, or you can email directly at my website, don.madsen@gmail.com. Okay, we got those communication links sorted out. Let's go to work. We're doing the 12 posture taste of Tai Chi of Grandmaster Bosim Mark. This was developed about 70 or so years ago. And it's taken directly from a 24 posture form called simplified short form. What we're doing is originally designed for new practitioners, novice Tai Chi players. But as everybody who's been doing this with me for a while knows, if you do this with the right attitude and working at it like you're supposed to, you don't need very much else to satisfy your Tai Chi cravings. Okay, for those who are new to Tai Chi, remember this is a martial arts system that has been repurposed in today's world for mental, physical, and emotional health maintenance, and it does all those things very nicely. But you need to keep the attitude that would be present if it were a military process going on. If you were in a scuffle with somebody, all your energies are focused. You're really not thinking about anything else at the particular time, and you're paying a lot of attention to doing things correctly. That's what I want here too. Okay, so the way we start a class is to bow in. To do that, we have to go to the Wuji position. The Wuji position says that your head is upright, your chin should be tucked towards your body, your shoulders should be consciously relaxed and rounded forward. In addition to that, you're going to tuck your tailbone, keep your feet close together, bend your knees, make sure that you're in a nice solid position. At this point, you need to pay attention to your bubbling well. Your bubbling well is a golf ball sized piece of imaginary real estate right underneath the middle of each foot. and your weight should be directed to that place. In other words, your weight should not be too forward on the toes nor too further back on the heels. And the lower you get, the more solid you should feel. Okay, from the Wuji position, to bow in, your left hand becomes a willow palm. Your right hand becomes a fist. Your left foot is put out in a point step. Fold your left hand over the right fist. Keep your eyes up as you bow. We're in business. Okay. Next up is a series of exercises that are meant to work on your ligaments and your tendons. We don't worry much about muscle mass, although what we do will certainly condition your body, particularly your legs. Okay. From the Wuji position, you're going to sink on your left side and pick up the right heel. Okay. If your balance is okay, go to a tiptoe position. Then step out with your right foot. Lower the heel a bit. Push the heel out to straighten the foot. Center your weight and sink. Okay, the first exercise is called swinging arms. Your arms don't have much to do with it. What you're going to do is to turn your hips to the right, to the left, and repeat. How quickly you turn is up to you, but you want to keep your weight centered. You want to use your hips to turn your body. And it's a good idea to take a look over your shoulder in the direction that you're turning. It will help you to turn a little more completely. Okay, back to the Wuji position for double knee circles. You're going to keep your body upright as you lower that body and find your knees. We're going to do 15 rotations in each direction. Please keep your feet flat on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If your knees get a little tired after you do that, you need to do more of them. The quadricep muscle group above your knee gets a little fatigued. You just need to condition them up a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to do my favorite stretch. It's called touch the earth and hold the sky. It has 6 steps. Number 1, bend the knees a bit. Lightly interlace your fingers out in front of your body. 2, keep your knees bent. Turn the palms up and push enthusiastically toward the ceiling. 3, keep your knees bent. Go up on the front half of your feet and stay there. 4, keep your knees bent. Push down with your right palm. Push up with your left. 5, bring the top hand down. Point your fingers forward. Lift the fingertips and push back with your wrist bones. 6, ease down and relax. 1, 2, 3. This time push down with your left palm, up with the right. Hands down, fingers forward, pick up the fingers, push back for number 5. 6, ease on down. 1, 2, 3, right push, pushing back, relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. 1, 2, 3. Left push, pushing back, and down. My favorite stretch. Okay, next we're going to do tiger stretches. Your feet should be a little bit wider than your shoulders. A nice deep knee bend, please. Tuck your tailbone and round your shoulders and relax them. Your hands can either be on your hips or out in front. Your body will always face forward even when we turn. So shift your weight to the right side and sink a little extra. Pick up your left toes. Turn the toes out, shift, and sink on the left side. Shift back, turn the toes forward. Shift left and sink. Pick up your right toes and turn them out. Shift right, sink again. Remember, don't go any further than you're bubbling well. Shift and pivot, shift and sink. Pick up the toes, turn them out, shift and sink. Shift and pivot, shift and sink. Pick up the toes, turn them out, shift and sink. Shift and pivot, shift and sink. Pick up the left toes and turn them out, shift and sink. Shift and pivot, stand up and stop. Finally, 2 minutes of standing post. Standing post is a static exercise. And although you might think you don't get any exercise standing still, you're going to notice that your thighs eventually are going to be a little bit more conditioned. And the longer you can hold the standing post position, the better it is for you. So relax and round your shoulders, tail tucked, bend the knees, hands out in front. 2 minutes of uninterrupted relaxation. Your breathing should be slow and deep, using your belly. One minute. 30 seconds to go. Fifteen seconds. And hands down. Okay, that wasn't so bad. It would be a great idea if you would practice some of these exercises at home. If you look on my website, there is a list of exercises there, but they're not explained very well. So if you want to know more about them, just get a hold of me and we'll figure it out. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to do. Last week, we had looked at the first 6 postures, and we're going to look at those again in just a minute. We're going to do the whole form first as a kind of a way to get you used to what's coming up and get you in the mood. So we're going to do that now. We're going to start by getting you into the Wuju position. Reminder, your head is upright, your chin is tucked toward your body, shoulders are relaxed and rounded forward. Tailbone is tucked, knees are nicely bent, feet are close together with all your toes pointed forward. I'm going to give you the name of each posture and the numbers involved in the form when we do it. The numbers are there just to give you a kind of a clue or a cue to what's coming next. Please remember that every number represents some movement that has a beginning and an end. And nothing else applies to that number but those movement pieces with the beginning and the end. Yes, I know it's confusing, but it'll get better. Okay, you ready? Shake your heads up and down. Here we go. Preparation in 2 steps. 1, 2. Initiation in 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grasping the bird's tail to the right, 10 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn your left toes. 8, 9, 10. Single whip, 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave hands like clouds, 9 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brush knee and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands strum the lute. 1, 2, 3. Step back and repulse the monkey. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3. Deflect, intercept, and punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shutting the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crossing hands, 7 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Conclusion, 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we do. 12th posture taste of Tai Chi. Okay, to review, last week we did the first 6. Let's do the first 6. So, preparation, initiation, grasping the bird's tail to the right, single whip, wave hands like clouds, and brush knee and push. Okay. If you have questions about those first 6, don't hesitate to stick around and ask me after class, or email me or get to me through the website. Okay, so we did the brush knee and push. The next 3 are hand strum the loop, step back and repulse the monkey, and deflect, intercept, and punch. Okay. When Grandmaster Bo Simmark developed this form, she said that she wanted it to progress from simple to more sophisticated movement. Well, she destroyed that idea when she did or number 3, and the pieces that we're into now are anything but easy. I want you to keep in mind that your weight is pretty much always on one leg or the other, and you're always transitioning between one side and the other. One of the first orders of business is always to establish a position of strength and stability. So when you're stepping out, you need to remember what we talked about for the last 2 weeks in terms of your bow and arrow stance. In other words, your feet cannot be lined up. Your heels can't be lined up at all, because if you do that, you're not going to be balanced. When you end up turning, you're going to have one foot in front, of course, one foot in back. but they're going to be separated sideways. So if you look at my feet, that's pretty much a classic bow and arrow separation. My feet are about hip width apart. One foot is pointed forward, the other foot is pointed off to the side, maybe 40, 45 degrees. So let's take a look at that first half dozen postures. Then we'll kind of sneak in to the next three, okay? So from the Wuji position, all your weight goes down on your left side. Remember to sink your shoulders. Pick up your right heel a bit. Check your balance. If the balance is okay, go to a true tiptoe position. Check your balance again. If it's still okay, pick up the right foot, move it over, touch the toe. Lower the heel a little bit. Turn the heel out so that your feet are parallel. Center your weight and sink. You should be really, really solid and stable at this point. Okay. Next up, initiation. Number one, bend your knees a little extra. Let your arms float up to shoulder level. Two, bend the elbows to draw your hands a little closer. Three, pick up the fingers and push forward with the heels of your hands. Four, turn the palms down, push toward the floor as your body rises. Relax your hands. Grasping the bird's tail, shift your weight left and sink. Embrace ball left. Bring your right foot into a T-step. The T-step means that your toes are on the floor, your heels are not, and the knee should be pointed in the direction you're going to go. And you're going to step toward the corner, in other words, away from your body. This is going to let you end up in that bow and arrow stance. As you shift your weight forward, push up with your right forearm, push down with your left palm. Okay. Drop the right elbow, turn away. Turn your hands over, turn back. Shift your way down to the left side and sink. Turn your body toward the front. Your hands should be right in front of your belly with your left hand closest to you with the palm up.
Oh.
The outside hand should be further away from your body, of course, with the palm facing down. Now shift your weight forward again and let your arms trail behind you. Arms and hands should be relaxed. 7 is prepare to press. Turn the right palm towards your body, bring the left hand high over the top. When the wrists are even, drop the top wrist down to meet the bottom wrist right in front of your body. Pick up your left toes. Turn nose, belly button, and toes. Turn the fingers so they both are pointing sideways. Shift your weight forward, extend and separate your hands. Turn your hands into a position that would be like holding onto the swimming pool ladder down at the pool. Shift your weight back and sink on the left side. Slide your hands down that ladder until they're at hip level. Turn the palms up and raise your hands up even with your shoulders. Point the fingertips up, shift your weight, and push. Single whip. Shift your weight back and sink. Turn, pivoting on your right heel all the way to a front view. Shift your weight back to the right side. Right hand makes a hook. Left hand is at your right hip with the palm facing up. Step to the corner. Shift your weight forward. Bring your left hand up to guard your face. Pick up the back toes, turn the body, bring your left hand close to your left shoulder. Turn the hand so the edge of your hand faces forward and push. Wave hands like clouds. Open the right hand, shift your weight back. Sweep with your left hand, turn your left toes forward. Shift to the left, push up left, push down right. Turn the body, push with the left palm, right hand to the left hip. Pick up the right foot, step out. Put your weight a little on the right side. Both feet are flat on the floor. Shift your weight right, push up right, push down left. Turn the body, push right. A closing step to shift your weight all the way on to the right. Now shift left, left hand rises, right hand pushes down. Turn the body, push left, right hand at the left hip. Brush knee and push. Step out just a little with the right foot. Shift your weight right, extend the right arm. Left hand goes across your body with the palm facing down. Step to the corner with the left foot. Shifting your weight. The left hand is in front of your left thigh. The right hand is somewhere next to your ear. Pick up your right toes. Turn the body and push. Okay, those were the first 6. Again, if you've got any questions, stick around a little bit or go to the website. By the way, just as a reminder, that website's got 2 videos of me doing this form. And I found out last week that they also put 3 of these classes on YouTube. I didn't know about it. Montclair did that, and it's fine. There were 3 different ones, not necessarily connected or anything, but they are there if you want a little extra dose.
I have a picture showing up
So
there.
we're going to move on to the next 3 postures.
You're doing.
Mute your devices, please. Turn off your sound. Okay, we just did brush knee and push. First up is hands strum the lute. It's got 3 steps. So number 1, you shift your weight forward, turn your right palm up. So number 2, shift your weight back, sink on the right side, pick up your left heel.
Which move
Your
is it?
left hand replaces the right hand, and your right hand stays sort of in front of your body. Number 3, you're going to pick up your toes, turn your hands into this position, sink on your right side, and touch the floor with your left heel. Okay, let's do that again. So we just did this. It's 1, 2, 3. Looks pretty simple, but not really. Again, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. I find that if I tell you the reason that you're making these moves, what the self-defense movement means, actually, it helps some people remember what you're doing. Okay, so what we did, we're moving forward and we're intercepting a punch. Okay, what we're really doing is using this part of our hand, okay, to come up and intercept that arm and push it up a little bit, okay? In the form, we do it with the flat palm because it looks prettier, okay? No other reason. So what we're doing, we're reaching forward, we're catching that hand. What we're doing next is holding on to the wrist, because we did this, we came up just behind the hand. So we're going to clamp onto that wrist, although we're not showing it. Pull that person toward us by holding onto that wrist and bringing the other hand up behind the elbow, right up here somewhere. And now what we've done is to put that person in a hold, which gives us control. And we also pulled them a little forward. We captured the wrist, pulled them toward us a little bit. Now what we do is to shift our weight up a little bit in order to break the balance and the control of the person whose arm we've got. Then we come down quickly and pull that person toward the floor at a high rate of speed. So just check it out. 1, 2, 3. See? Of course, I don't have anybody to do that to. And they want you to see the performance side of it as well. So it doesn't really show you everything that's going on. But then that'll take some of the fun of the form process away. So again, 1, and you're not standing up when you do this, by the way, you're just moving forward. 2, 3. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Next up is step back and repulse the monkey. Here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. What's going on here is a little bit like the one we just finished, except that what we're doing is catching a hand. This hand moving backwards could be construed as an attack to somebody's throat that's behind you, but it also could be just a way to start shifting your balance. So hand goes out, hand goes back. The palm turns up on the left side. The other hand comes close to your ear. You're going to step back weightlessly, then shift your weight, pull this hand towards you, and strike with the other hand. I call it a push me, pull you move. Okay, what you're doing, it's a little bit like the math essay question we got in the 4th grade. There's a train coming one direction at 40 miles an hour and a train the other direction at 40 miles an hour. What is the aggregate speed when they meet? We're just energizing both parts of our body and moving in 2 directions at the same time to maximize the strength of the energy delivered. It's how you make the punch a little more effective. So we've reached out, step back, and strike. When you do this, your hips have a lot to do with how much energy is delivered. If you just step back and keep your hips forward, then all the strength you're delivering is from your upper body. If you utilize your hips when you do it, you add that much more energy. So, let's see. Looks like this. Then we do it again. Okay. So let's go from the end of brush knee and push, like this. Okay, hand strum the lute. 1, shift forward. 2, shift back. Make sure you pick up your heel on your left foot when you're on this position here. Then pick up the toes, put down the heel, hands are aligned. Step back and repulse the monkey. Left foot goes flat, push forward with your left hand. Turn the body, thrust back with the right hand. Turn the left palm up, bring the right hand close to your ear. Step back, then swap hands, push me, pull you. And please do the hip turn stuff. Let's do it again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Step back and repulse the monkey. Toes down, extend. Turn the body, thrust back. Turn the palm up, right hand near the ear. Step back, shift and sink, pick up the right heel, turn and strike. If you want a really neat way to practice that, pick out the longest hall in your room, in your house, and just go backwards doing this back and forth all the way down the hall, okay? If you have a big open room, you could go around in circles and stuff. One thing I want to make sure that I point out to you is how you step back, okay? If I step back and just pick up the foot and move it to the back, I might knock myself off balance, okay? Because it's a little tricky to keep your balance when your body parts are in motion, all right? Wherever the mass of your body is either moving the most or has the most mass, that's where your weight wants to go. And sometimes it can be self-defeating. So when you step back, you're going to go first to a posture that we call the northern chicken. You're just going to bring the one foot in next to the other foot and take a half a second to check your balance. You always want your balance to be solid. And of course, you achieve that by sinking your shoulders, making sure your knees bent, making sure your weight is on the bubbling well. Once you've decided that you have your balance, then you can step back. But wait, there's more. When you step back, you're not going to step straight back. You're going to step out a little bit. What does that do for you? Of course, it puts you into that bow and arrow stance, separating your feet from side to side, giving you more stability. Capiche? Okay. So let's go from the end of brush knee and push. 1, 2, 3. Step back and repulse the monkey. 1. Oops, I had my foot in the wrong place. 1, 2. Northern chicken. 3, 4. Again, turn the body, bring your left hand up by the shoulder, bend the knee a little more, turn and thrust again. Turn the front hand up, bring the left hand close to the ear. Northern chicken, step back, shift the weight and sink, pick up your left heel, and push. Okay, let's smooth it out. Let's do both of those. Okay, just did brushing and push. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's smooth it out. And begin. Okay, how's that? I got an idea. Let's go all the way back to the beginning and do those 9 postures. Okay? Uji position, please. Preparation. Initiation. Grasping the bird's tail to the right. Single whip. Wave hands like clouds. Brush knee and push. Hand strum the lute. Step back and repulse the monkey. Okay, so far so good? Yeah, I know the answer to that one. Some of you have got it under control and you feel all proud of yourself and stuff. Some of you are still struggling. Don't give up. It takes a while. Tai Chi is not for anybody who needs a very quick result, because it doesn't happen. The good part of that is, as long as you're practicing, it's doing good things for your body. Everybody, including the medical and insurance professions, now understand or are getting to understand the value of practicing Tai Chi. It's good for you in a bunch of different directions. If you're not real sure about it, just go Google a little bit, and you'll see that anybody who has paid much attention to it believes that it's really good for you. No question in my mind at all. Okay, the last posture we're going to mess with today is called Deflect, Intercept, and Punch. And it's a confusing one too. Okay, so what we did, we did hand strum the lute and got all the way into the step back and repulse the monkey. So we need to be at the end of the step back and repulse the monkey, which looks like this. Okay. So this has got 6 steps. 6. Okay, turn your body, let your right hand fall. Reach back with that right hand. As you bring the hand over the top, bring your left foot in. Step back. Hand comes over the top. Right hand is a palm, left hand is a fist. Turn the body, make another big circle. This time your right hand is a fist, your left hand is a palm. Turn the right toes out, shift your weight forward. Turn to your right into a high lotus position and prepare your fist. Step forward with your left heel. Shift your weight forward. Punch past the open left palm. Confusing, right? Okay, let me show you again. Okay, so we're going to go this way. Then we're going to go this way. Then return, step, and punch. Confusing, right? Again, you look like this. Your left heel's off the floor. Time out. let me talk about turning and pivoting for a second, just to remind you, because we talked about this last time. If your foot is flat on the floor and you try to turn, you have a good chance of hurting one of the joints or more than one of the joints in that leg. You could mess up your hip, your knee, or your ankle joint because you got stuck. So by picking up the heel, that gives you a place to pivot, okay? Not going to hurt your leg that way. So you have to make sure that one end of your foot is off the floor based on which particular posture we're doing, okay? So we look like, see what we do? We're we look like this. Okay, so your heel's off the floor and you're going to turn. Your hands are down here. You're going to make big circles with both hands. Okay? When you come back, your right hand is a fist. Excuse me. Your left hand is a fist. Your right hand is a palm. Shift forward. The hands go down to your sides again. As you go forward, they're going to go over the top again. This time, your right hand is a fist facing backwards, and your left hand is a palm. Turn your right toes out. Shift your weight onto the bubbling well on the right side, and then turn your body. It's called the high lotus position. Then you're going to step forward with your left foot, shift your weight, and prepare your fist. That means you're going to bring the elbow up even with your shoulder. Then you continue shifting your weight and you punch past the open left palm. Your hand's going to look like this, okay? The hand is on the inside of the elbow is bent, and you don't even have to necessarily be touching it, okay? This comes this way. Okay, what you're doing there, it's called deflect, intercept, and punch. And these big circular movements are ways to move an opponent. By moving up and out, you move the opponent's arms up and out. And we really do that on two sides, just as an exercise in doing it on two sides. You probably would not be doing it on two sides under duress, okay? So what comes up, you're coming up here, and you end up with this hand as a blocking, or this arm as a blocking mechanism. This is controlling somebody else's arm. What you're doing with this side is continue to control that arm by pushing on their upper arm up here someplace. And then you hold it in position and you simply strike to a rib cage. Rib shots are a really good idea because they take the breath away from folks, and very often it ends the discussion. Have I got you confused enough for one day? Let's look at those last three again. Okay, so we just did step back and repulse the monkey and so forth. So we look like this. Hands go down, hands go up. Right hand is a palm, left hand is a fist. Do it again. This time right hand is a fist, left hand is a palm. Turn the toes out, shift your weight and sink. Push. Prepare the fist. Step in. Punch. Okay. Yeah, I know. I confuse a lot of people a lot of the time. But stick with it, and sooner or later, it makes sense. Remember, it's just choreography. If you can learn the hokey pokey, you can learn Tai Chi. So there. Okay? Well, maybe not. All right. Time for the grand finale. We're going to do the form, the whole form, and nothing but the form. And we're going to slow it down. I'm going to announce the name of each of the postures, but not the numbers. You should do it slow enough so that you can correct any mistake that's in progress. Make sure that you get your weight shifted and solid on one side before you move on. It's getting solid all the time that makes it a control exercise. And control is the most important word in all of Tai Chi. Are you ready? Wuji positions, please. Preparation. Initiation. Grasping the bird's tail to the right. Single whip. Wave hands like clouds. Brush, knee, and push. Hands strum the lute. Step back and repulse the monkey. Deflect, intercept, and punch. Shutting the door. Crossing hands. Conclusion. There you go. Tai Chi 101. Okay, last thing we do is to bow out. And again, Wuji positions, please. Head is upright, shoulders are rounded and relaxed. Tailbone is tucked, knees are bent, feet are close together with all your toes pointed forward. Left hand becomes a willow palm, right hand becomes a fist. Left foot is put forward in a point step, heels off the floor. Fold your left hand over the right fist. Keep your eyes up as you bow. We're done. I will stick around for questions for a while. Pull up my easy office chair. And if you've got questions, fire away.
Thank you, Don.
You're welcome. No questions?
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Don, it's
Yeah.
Lotus.
How you doing? Hi, Lotus.
The deflect, intercept, and punch. seems to have an extra turn compared to when you were teaching at the library, where there's only one circle, only one hand is a fist. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not exactly. Let's take a look. Okay, so from this position, first thing we do is to come over the top this way. Okay. Then we have to come over the top the other way. Okay, one thing that might be confusing you, I'm doing this mirror image. Okay, so that might show the two circles a little better.
The I thought that there was a that there was a step back and then a turn and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I thought it started with a step back.
First thing we're going to do is drop the arm, right?
Right.
Then you step back and the hand comes over the top.
Right. But here it's not a fist yet.
Do it again. Okay, from the forward position. Dropping the arm,
Right.
make a circle over the top. You got to go to the other side as you step forward.
So there isn't a step back at that point?
Well, there's only one, then you got to step forward.
Right.
So from this position, turn your body and drop the arm.
Right.
Reach back. Step back as you bring this hand over the top.
Right. So there the right hand is a fist?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, turn. Do it again. Shift forward.
Right.
High fist.
Uh-huh.
Prepare the fist.
Right.
Step. Shift the weight. And punch. So there's a loop on either side of your body. You generate the big circle from one side and then the other side.
Thank you very much.
Well, I hope it didn't confuse you more, but it is a confusing movement. And guess how much fun it was learning to do a mirror image.
I've actually been trying.
It's a good idea because it gives you the real, boots to the ground kind of functionality. Okay. Even though most things would be preparing for a right-handed attack, it's really good to know that there's both sides of it to work with.
Thank you.